So does that mean we're live?
Not yet.
Oh.
All right, Bob, let us know what we're doing.
Hey, we are live, Bob and Kevin show on a Saturday, and we're doing a little pair programming exercise today because Bob's not that great at JavaScript. So we are looking to add some new bling to the show this week. So you're also getting a sneak peek of what's coming on Monday. And we're using a JavaScript countdown widget. And instead of just, if you look at the top of the screen, if we're doing we're doing the split view. If you look at the top of the screen, we've got a simple on the clock widget. And then if you look in the main window, you'll see a little red box. And we're trying to tweak that out and using a third-party library, flipclock.js. And I ran into a little trouble because I want to be able to switch the color of that box based on how much time is left on the clock. The widget right now will count down from whatever we started at and restart it, but I want to add some more sizzle to it. So I had to bring in the big guns, and here's Kevin.
Well, I don't know if I'm a big gun or not, but we'll struggle through this together. And a few notes here. We've got a repo here, live stream web plugins, and this is a very informal live stream. So if it gets extremely boring at some point, no offense if you just want to like check in later, fast forward if it's a pre-record, whatever. So we've got this live stream web plugins on GitHub here, and
If you're streaming live on OBS or if you're doing recording on OBS, highly recommend you check out this repo just because there's just all the fun stuff that you see on our show. You can get it and extend it for your show.
So in one of these, I think it's date time, we have something called on the clock. And then oh no, that's not it. Oh yeah, it is. It's just the wrong thumbnail. So we got to tighten that up. And the wrong readme here. So we're working on this item here, and if you look at the live stream in the top right, you'll see in the white on the clock, it's like 45 seconds, it's counting down. The idea here is it's going to hit 0, start over, but we're going to move that, restyle it as the thumbnail said. But first, I need some of Bob's code. So Bob, have you pushed your stuff to your branch?
I am up. Yes, I have it up in my branch.
Okay, and now you're going to need to send me a pull request. Do you remember how to do that? So once you push it to GitHub, what I want you to do is click on your pull request tab like I'm doing so right there.
All right, hang on. I got to get over to my repo, live stream plugins. All right, so, and I'm going to the pull request tab. Yep.
All right, and I want you to hit new pull request.
And
I'm flying blind here, so if what you're seeing, what I'm seeing, feel free to screen share too, because we can see in your top left there if you want to screen share. So we want you to select your branch master into the K-Gashesky branch. Is something like that available, and or maybe you can screen share if it gets a little.
Yeah, let me fire up a screen share here. I don't know how this is gonna work.
Well, here's what I can also do. We can go full screen, just you, Bob, and okay. So, I can't actually see that at my resolution, but okay. Does it say on the left, my branch? It looks like I can make out K-Gashesky, and on the right,
K-Gashesky live stream. Yep, base master,
bam,
and then my fork master.
Now let's review. So before you send a pull request, you'll always want to review your changes and just make sure. I mean, it doesn't have to be pristine. You and I are doing this live, so pair programming for the win here. So just make sure that it doesn't send me grandma's cookie recipe, the Coke secret, in case Coke is one of your companies that you've worked with in the past, and they've entrusted you with said secrets.
I have the KFC secret recipe, not the Coke.
Did you see Reba McEntire is going to be
what? Okay, so total tangent here. What is going on with that whole, like, can't they just have one spokesperson, or are they actually getting to the point where they're saying that the kernel is all of us?
Yeah, I don't know. Part of me likes it, part of me doesn't, so I'm not sure.
Part of it creeps me out.
What if you're like the estate of the original Colonel Sanders? Are you like, this is cool, or this is weird, or I don't know. Okay, sorry, it's a very American culture thing. Sorry, worldly folks.
Check out the KFC thing. It's creepy, weird, and I don't get it. All right, so it doesn't look like I'm giving anything crazy to you in
Okay,
this
great.
pull request.
Mash that green create pull request button and then hit create pull request.
But we really should put a message in here, but I'm just putting it Bob's first attempt at the clock tweaks.
Yeah. All right, and the reason we're doing this, Bob doesn't have commit rights over here, and I could give him commit rights, but the point is learning how to interact with repos that you don't have access to is kind of a skill. So,
Hey, we do actually have someone paying attention to the live stream. Just for the record, I just got a message that says, "I am Negan, KFC." So that is a Walking Dead reference combined with the Colonel.
nice. All right, Bob. If you wouldn't mind, show us your smiling Saturday morning face.
Oh, I guess that means stop share, huh?
Yes, that's what that means. Okay, there we go. Ooh.
And I'm back.
All right, so I clicked on my pull request tab, and sure enough, there's Bob's first attempt at on the clock tweaks. Now, before we merge this, what I want to do is pull that in locally, and I always forget how to do this, so I usually have to go on to GitHub and say, or Google and say, check out pull requests. And by the way, I guess
is that the sinking a fork article that you shared with me yesterday?
No, because so for you as in your circuit of what you are experiencing the fork circuit. Now I'm back at home base at the home repo. So if this were Umbraco or some awesome project like Umbraco,
did you say the home repo or the Home Depot?
Oh, did I say Home Depot? I don't know.
I don't know. It just sounded like Home Depot.
So what I get to do is I could just blindly merge your pull request and then hope it all works out. But that's usually not what we want to do. However, in this particular scenario, I probably don't care. But if it were like a repo that was bigger, great. So what I can
do is a countdown clock. You should be afraid, very afraid.
What I can do is I can actually run some of these commands over here. And for everyone's edification, in fact, let me go full screen on me. Oops, nope, that doesn't work. Let me go full screen there. And we can see right now that the top right here is just me. And so your commits that you just did are nowhere to be found. So what I have to do is run some of these cryptic commands, or seemingly cryptic commands, to bring it in here. So the first thing I'm going to do is git fetch origin / well, I need the pull request ID. This is pull request 4 because we are a hot repo here, and we can't even count to 4. Okay, so 4 / head : and now I need your branch name. So I believe I get that right there. It's r baty-barr : master, and I'm usually 50-50 on getting this right the first time, and it has no idea. Son of a gun. Okay, so I could not read from remote repository. Maybe we should read this more fully here.
While Kevin reads on how to do this merge, crypto's up across the board, it looks like this morning. Woohoo!
Oh, here, Bob, juggle for us.
So we're looking at some headlines down here at the bottom. I don't really know what's going on, but a lot of Bitcoin news again today. But Bitcoin's up big this morning. I made a auto purchase at like 10 something. So big ups. It looks like we're in the green across the board. At least Bitcoin's in the green.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It looked like it was on an upward trend this morning when I woke up. So we'll see. We'll see how it does today.
Oh.
But like those new norms that we talked about, they are totally in place.
Which new? Oh, the
like the 10K new norm for Bitcoin and the 1K new norm for Ethereum, and Litecoin's still struggling to have that 200 as its new norm.
Yeah, that's no fun. Okay, so thank you for juggling. So what I ended up doing here, I just can't read and type apparently, so I forgot the word pull here. So if I did git fetch origin pull 4 head r baty-barr. I got something there, and now what I can do is shoot, what can I do? Okay, this doesn't feel right.
Whoa. Coin check exchange freezes all withdrawals. It's
And
up to
now more Bob.
723 million leaves its wallet. What? Uh-oh.
Hey, Bob, why don't you, or I guess people can hear me too. So if you enjoy watching Kevin struggle or like to help him out, go ahead and tell
Yeah.
him how to get past this. I used to do this all the time, I swear. It just
Wait, and I felt like we did this not too long ago.
um well, except for the so I can merge your pull request and we're just gonna call that good. And you know what?
Oh, is this side swiping the is
Yeah.
this is side swiping the previewing it? You're just gonna
Yes.
commit
So
it?
in Archetype, I did this all the time. So, somebody would send me a thing. I would have to Google, shoot, how do I check out the thing without actually merging it? Because there's a very good chance that I might say, oh, hell no. But a lot of times that wasn't the case. So, all right, we're just going to do it live. Oh, crap. Okay, so your pull request is merged here. And now I'm back in more of a comfort zone here. So let me do a poll on this real quick. Get poll origin master and a bunch of gobbledygook. Okay, and let's see here. So in theory, I should just be able to refresh that plugin on the top right there. Oh goodness, what view is that? We've got a lot of views here, or I don't mean people.
We probably have to
scenes.
name them a little bit more legit.
Well, they all are pretty well named. Oh, ooh, okay. There we go. It's green. Can you see the green, Bob?
I do see the green.
All right, except I've done something clearly that has clipped it. So let me.
Oh, you probably have a crop box on it or something.
I do. Oh, very good. Bam. Okay. I think I'm still a few pixels off there. All right.
Oh,
how are we looking
I
there,
have a
Bob?
package that just arrived for anybody who heard that chime.
Do you ever find that that's kind of creepy? Like, I mean, literally the mailman like puts it on my porch and then I get a doo doo. I'm like, how do they know this?
Dude, I watched a lot. I binge watched a lot of Dark Mirror last night, mostly season 3, kind of just catching up. I could watch those shows over and over. That stuff is so good, but yes, so totally creepy.
All right, Bob. So your clock isn't doing anything.
It's probably erroring because I left the last error in.
Okay. So what I need to do is open that locally in Chrome.
Yeah, that's because get face value doesn't exist, even though it says it does in their API documentation.
And who's they, Bob?
They would be flipclock.js. It is 0.08. And full disclosure, it looks like it's an abandoned repo, so this could be very interesting.
The first ever 24-hour live stream while we figure this out. Okay, you're right. It does have issues there. So.
Oh yeah, I would never give you code that works. Come on.
Oh yeah. Okay, so where to begin here? So it's jQuery that's blowing up. So are you calling something with jQuery that's blowing up? So where's get?
Well, I'm calling a method. I'm sending you to the repo. I just sent you a link to the repo, so that where their documentation is.
Okay, I'll come back.
Yeah.
To that.
So the thing that's blowing up is in that is in the interval. The interval where I'm setting that variable equal to get. Yeah.
Okay, so we're saying that get face value of undefined. So clock is empty. So okay.
But clock is not empty.
Well, according to our error, according to our sources, that's my best Adam Schefter for anyone who likes ESPN.
According to sources.
It looks like cannot read property of get face of undefined. So clock is undefined here. So where are we setting clock? Right there. So interesting. It's like an inception here.
Well, it's interesting though, because those clock, like the clock reset and clock start down below,
Yeah,
that all works.
And this appears to just be an object here we're passing, right? Sound good? Sorry, white space. Got to get it. and for anyone watching, I don't know anything about this flip clock, and Bob just found it. Oh, it looks like you have two var clocks. You see that?
Oh, well, I tried to just instantiate it outside, so
Okay, so still doesn't like that. So let's try. I know I'm just grasping at straws right now. So
good. I'm glad I'm not the only one who writes JavaScript like this.
okay, so all right, so cannot blah 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 blah. So interesting. So this is a callback, right?
Right.
So can we do something like this where we pass clock back in, and I just want to see is clock coming in with a value, and it is undefined. So the question is, actually, you know what? Okay, so let me take that back out. Take that out. And where's the end of this? And none of this is happening. Okay, or helping. All right, so if I comment that out, are you sure that you can? I mean, did you use a tutorial or something that said flip clocks? You know, has a
Yeah,
setter
yeah, no,
here?
so there's two different ways that you can, I guess, initialize it. But
Okay.
yeah, that's actually from their documentation.
Okay.
All the other stuff works. It's just that I can't seem to snag getting the current time.
Okay. Well, isn't it weird that? Okay, so clock is not empty here,
Correct.
but it is in the
In the
interval.
interval.
And help me understand the problem we're trying to solve there. What are we trying to do in the interval?
So the problem that we're trying to solve is every interval we're checking the current time, and if the current time equals, or I guess that equals is incorrect as well. We'd probably want to say when current time is less than a certain value, I want to add a class to the wrapper so that we can change the color.
Okay. So if we figure out what this has some things here. So what is this? Oh, that is always the question in JavaScript. What is?
Oh, well, this should be clock, I would guess,
That's
right?
kind of where I was going with that. Can we do this? And we
I
cannot.
see that would have been all right. So, but there are a couple other. So there's also a get time.
Well, let me ask you this. So does interval provide any arguments typically? It looks like it's not. All right, so direct me here. Where should I go on the left?
I would probably go. Oh, hang on, because I can't see it. Um, so underneath methods is where that get face value is.
Okay.
But
Okay. It doesn't say it's on. Oh yeah, it does right there. Ha.
yeah. See, I mean, like I didn't like make any of this stuff up.
Oh. Sure, Bob. Sure, you're inventing things here. So, what's kind of weird is okay. So we're setting clock right here. So immediately after this setter, we should have a value for clock, right? You would think. And is that what that is? Now I'm confusing myself. What consoles? Okay, yep. Turn you off.
Right.
Turn you off.
So it doesn't throw that error.
So clock does have a value right here, right? Yeah, that is clock right there. However, it does not have a value when it gets passed into, when it's used here, right? Because we try to do clock here. One's undefined, one is not defined. So it's not defined until after here. So for whatever reason, it is null at this point. So I'm curious, if we do a try catch, is it only null for the first time until
It might be.
I'm just totally grasping at straws here. Line 36, you don't like me. All right, what am I doing wrong here, Bob?
I don't know. I don't usually use try catches, so.
All right, we're gonna get back out of there. If clock. Hey, look.
All right, so it actually is getting it now.
Yes, but it's a matter of it didn't get it the first time and it just blows up.
I wondered if it was a null. So then can you get face at that point?
I'm going to find out.
But all that stuff would have to go. Yeah, all right.
Kaboom. Nope. So clock does not have a method.
So it doesn't have a get face value.
It does not.
So how about get time?
Can we inspect this object and find out what it does have? So there's just time.
All right, that's what I meant. Sorry. So yeah. So dot time.
Yeah, and the reason I wanted to do this with you is just to show how I would go, well, shit, I don't know. Okay, so 0 doesn't feel right, though, right?
No, so it's probably not time. What do we got here?
Well, time dot minimum digits. Time dot, what is time? Time dot time. That's intuitive. Not. Okay, it doesn't like time dot time. What am I doing wrong now? Shit. So original, okay, we start with 90 seconds, right?
Right.
We're counting down, I'm assuming. Oh, this is going to get hard. We have timer, clock face, count. Do you want timer? Let's see what we get there. Oh, these are method names. And I have to do it on the clock object. Oh man, hope nobody's looking when I do these things.
So it says clock. So flip clock dot time.
Yep, I got it right
helper
there.
Class. What?
Yep, I found it.
Okay.
So I believe. Let's see.
That's a timer. I can't. It's all blurry on my end.
Oh shoot. Whoop.
So dot time dot lowercase time is the current time in seconds.
Let's see here. Can I increase? Oh, I can. All right. Hopefully you can read those now.
Yep, I can read them both.
Okay. Okay. So dot timer. What does that give me? So that gives me. Okay, so it's an object, and tell me again what we're after. We want how many seconds are left?
Yes, we want the seconds that are left.
Okay, I guess we should go with what's the problem we're solving?
There we go. It's dot time.
Okay, clock dot time dot time. See, that seems weird.
Well, I see a capital T and a lowercase t.
Where do you see capital T? Okay, well, shit, there it is.
There it is. It's time dot
Sorry,
time.
edit that. We need like a beep button. Damn it, we need to be on 3-second delay now. The suits are gonna
Oh,
call.
whatever. We don't pretend that we don't say naughty words from time to time. All right,
Oh,
so now
yeah, yeah. Me either.
we've got the time.
We've got the
So
time.
then when it hits certain numbers, so equals equals does work. So when it hits certain levels, we want to add a class. We'll,
You
clean up some
basically
class.
are telling me to uncomment this.
Yes. As long as the variable we're setting is still time, right?
Clock time.time because that's totally intuitive.
Right. But you could set a var equal to that, right?
That's what I'm gonna do.
All right.
And,
Var time equals time.time.
okay, and you have a time equals 45. What does that do for me?
Oh, I was just setting a manual thing to actually test the class things.
Okay.
So in theory, that should go from green to yellow to red.
I'm excited, except you know what I'm not excited about? Waiting that long. So, can we start at 60?
We can start with whatever number you want.
All right, what's the set time 91?
What?
Down here.
Oh, that's the reset. So when you reset it, just reset it to 60 plus 1. So
okay, so what I'm gonna do is do
right, you're gonna make some globals. I know.
Yep. And then this is going to be. Did I spell initial? No, I did not spell that right. Initial time. Initial
anyone
time.
who doesn't realize this already, I am a hack.
Oh no. Everyone who uses JavaScript, at some point they're treading water. There's just no way to keep up with all the libraries, and it's like, well, I'm good enough for now. Oh, it's yellow.
Oh, and then it switched to yellow. And then when does it switch to red? When it gets down to how many? 15?
15. How about, let's make those configurable. How about that?
That's fine. Yeah. Is it really that big? Or is...
what are we talking about?
In the actual window, it's really giant.
Yes, I can shrink it. I can.
Okay.
So these are known as magic variables or magic strings or...
Oh, it's red now.
All right, why do we have weird like word wrap going on there? Okay, whatever. Oh, that's why. Okay. All right, so it didn't go back to green though.
That's because there's a check, I think, on restart, doesn't it? Do I not have a restart callback?
You have remove class red. Okay, so I went to yellow.
Oh, I probably should have had to remove class red and then add class green.
Okay. So my sensibilities are also saying we shouldn't be doing all these. So notice, and apologies for me being like, the way I would do it is
all good.
So once you find whatever, just remember it.
Set it to a variable, right?
And I always prefix all my jQuery objects with a $sign because that's a valid.
To avoid collision.
Valid thingy. Well, just to give me a note that, hey, when you're operating with this, you have jQuery available to you. Okay, and what is onClock? Is that okay? That's like the label.
OnClock is the div that's wrapping the whole thing.
Okay, so it's like the wrapper, right?
Yeah, I think OnClock is the colored box. That's yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yep, the div ID OnClock.
And usually when I do these wonderful refactors, I break something.
Always.
Okay, I'm gonna restart. Okay, we're green. This makes for great TV, Bob. All right, watch the clock. And what I can do while we're doing this is I can hit refresh, and hopefully it'll also start working in OBS over here. If I can find it. There we go.
Still might need some styling love, but the concept is there. Look at that.
Work there. Okay, let me unlock it and shrink it. Not George Costanza style, but just regular shrinkage there.
I like that.
You like it? Hey, anytime I can get a Seinfeld reference in.
Because if we actually have a web page up there while we're talking about news, I think that still keeps us pretty much in the safe zone, right? It's not overlapping the content too much at all, right?
I'm not sure what you mean, but I just moved some things there.
No. I was looking at like for the on the clock segment, we're going to have web pages up in there, and you have a pretty wide monitor, so we're usually pretty safe in that corner.
Yeah, does it look like there's a black line underneath the box?
There shouldn't be, but
I mean, okay, it's just whatever. Okay, so by the way, we got a bug. When this counts down to 0 on OBS, it will remain red. So let's figure that out. So, it's because I never added. I did the refactor, but I never actually fixed the actual problem. So is green a class that we should be?
Yeah,
adding?
so you should add that class instead of remove it for sure.
Oh, cut and paste. I blame all my life troubles on cut and paste fails. More exciting TV here, folks. We're watching this go from 60 seconds down. Oh, you know what? Shoot. It doesn't live reload the OBS plugin, so I've got to...
Right, you have to refresh the screen,
yeah,
right?
there's a little refresh cache button that you guys can't see at home, or Bob. So, all right, 30 seconds. I'm excited. Does it seem a little off-center? The seconds column seems... The padding to the right has a little more than that's on the left.
Yeah, there's some tweaking that still have to do with the way they wrap it.
Okay. This is great.
So it does go to red.
10 seconds, we'll know, I think, if we're good. No errors over here so far.
So we set the wrong...
clock wrapper, right?
Yeah.
But that's why I like to put everything in that variable, so I can just be like, oh, you mean this? Semantically, I like to do it like this.
Yeah, so that was supposed to be on clock, right?
What do you mean? Oh, on clock wrapper, right?
Oh yeah, you set a variable to on clock wrapper, right?
Well, that then begs the question: should then remove clash be on the wrapper, not on the clock? Is that wrong too?
Correct. Everything should be on clock wrapper.
Okay. And you know what? For speed, let's just go with 10 seconds here. Interesting that if we do start with 10 seconds, it doesn't immediately go to yellow like you might think it would. And it didn't go to red.
Well, because it goes to red at 15 seconds, so you might want to set it to like 16.
Well, shouldn't it? Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, it's not a less than operation. I mean, I guess if we wanted to make it tidy, then, but at least when it only hits the condition once if we use equals.
If time is less than or equal to. Yeah, let me try less than or equal to, because I don't think this needs to be like performance rich at this point. We're counting down. It has 1 second to figure out what to do to keep moving here.
Didn't go back to green. What's going on?
Okay. I'm going to watch it again here.
So it went to class yellow.
Where are you seeing the yellow? Oh, there it is right there. Okay.
And then when it starts, that should switch to class green. And it switched to class yellow because
I did the
15,
less than. Okay.
15. So you should probably start it at 16.
46, right? Because we
45. Why is it? At 45 it switches to yellow? Yeah.
You know what? I got these named backwards, don't I? This should be show yellow at 45, show red at 15. That means show yellow, show red. Yes. Okay. Okay. Start at green. Now we're definitely yellow. Semantically, that makes more sense.
I hear somebody listening to the show out in the other room.
Dang it.
We have one watching, one live watcher. Hi, Caroline.
Tell your wife she's messing up our numbers. Her one view is now 100% of our current views. That's not cool. We want these to be people we don't know or barely know, or from Europe. Yeah, Europe's cool. Or at least not in the same city that you and I are respectively in.
Or building.
Yes, because I probably have one of my kids watching too. So whatever.
All right, so it didn't go back to green. When it rebooted, it went to yellow.
Okay, so do we ever have... Okay, is that because we never leave this function here? Yeah, because when we add class green, we're doing that only in the stop condition. So...
Oh, there's an on restart too.
Oh, is there? So there's a... But is it really restarting? And I... Okay, so... And what's the difference between init? Okay, well...
Well, there's definitely a restart. Init is probably going to be time 1, and then restart is going to be every time it restarts after that.
How about we do the start method there? Add green, remove yellow, remove everything, right?
Right. Well, it should be remove red, because red's going to be the last one.
Okay. You know, the phenomenon where you can't type when people are watching? I feel like I can't JavaScript when people are watching.
I feel like
I know what I'm doing, gosh dang it.
I can't JavaScript 60% of the time.
Oh, I actually really like JavaScript. It's
I love it.
It's just you know, that stupid phenomenon of when somebody's watching me, it's like I suddenly, I don't know, it just enters my mind that I can no longer program it seems. Maybe that's why I like nice dark rooms when I program with isolation.
We picked up 2 new subscribers.
Hey, I'll take it. Okay, so it didn't hit this on start here. So I wonder if that on start is... Oh, you know what we do, I think?
Well, you could try restart.
Why don't we just add another case statement here?
Oh.
if your initial if the time is the initial time, do this. All right. I just got a report from the front lines. The playroom is clean.
Nice.
Yes.
They get to eat today.
That's what you think. Oh, man. Okay. So, oh, shoot. This needs to be an else if. Like, seriously, like, people at home are like, gosh, if I could just move. Oh, sorry. How are we doing on time, Bob?
Oh, we're fine. I just got an alert that one of my friends is running. Makes me feel really sloth-like.
All right, let's actually read it this time. So if the time is the initial time, you know, let's go with green and remove red. And if it is less than that, show that. And if it's less than that, show that. So we're... Oh, look at you. You're clever. You chained them together. Let's keep that. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Got a chain. Always got a chain.
Yeah, when jQuerying, you got a chain.
Because you can.
Is jQuerying a legitimate verb? That's all I want to know.
I say yes.
Okay. And Bob, I'm going to put up the shameless self-promotion screen here. Can you sell everyone on the sizzle that is the Bob and Kevin show?
So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to do some experimentation in building audiences. And if you are just looking for some fun and watching 2 guys do some maybe regular stuff for us, but just be real people and talk about tech headlines and things that are interesting to us in mostly the tech world, give us a look on Monday mornings and smash that subscribe button, because we're trying to trying to hit some pretty magical numbers and get some view times. So it's not always going to be like this, but it's always going to be something.
Okay, and we totally it did not work. So
it didn't work.
It didn't work. So if time is greater than yellow time, how about we go with that? And you might be thinking to yourself, "Gosh, you guys are idiots. Why don't you stop and think about this?" It's because I'm an idiot.
Yeah. Next time you're coding live, remember it's not as easy as it looks.
That's right. I will subscribe to you and troll you. Okay.
I think when we started doing this, we said we would never code live.
And here we are.
Does that sound like a legitimate thing we would say?
Yeah, but you know what? We're doing show maintenance here, and I want to. It's always good to see how the sausage is made.
Yes, this is a behind the scenes look for sure.
This is how I'm spending my Saturday.
Bitcoin's on a tear today. 11.5 right now.
Time to sell if you have any.
No. I wanted to get back up to those 1920 kind of levels.
19 what?
19,000, 20,000.
All right, clearly there's something wrong here, Bob. We are never hitting this block here or something. So this is a very high-tech testing right here. What I'm just putting a hello in there. Let's see. Are we even hitting this stupid block? So if I increase my seconds here to 50, I should hit that block like 4 times before. Okay, once, twice. Okay, I didn't hit it the first time. Maybe that was my problem because my test.
So we're looking at a -1 issue here. Is what we're looking at.
I think my test issue. It's because I picked 46 seconds. That could be a problem. At least that's what I'm going to tell myself right now. Otherwise, I'm going to go cry myself in a pillow in just a minute.
No, that's a -1. That's a -1 thing. So it's 46 when it initializes, but in the first interval, it's already 45.
Do you ever call that a fence post issue, like the -1, or is that just me? Because usually when like you put in a fence, you're like, except you forgot, that you need an extra one.
That makes sense.
Maybe it's. I mean, I didn't coin it.
Now, of course, it didn't turn red at 15 either, by the way.
Really? Yes.
Let's see if it goes back to green first.
Yeah, I'll take that.
One victory at a time.
Son of a... Okay. We are idiots.
But why didn't it turn green? Wait. Did we comment everything else out and not tell it to turn green?
All right. So...
Yeah, we told it. We took out the color swapping for the green situation, didn't we? No.
Okay, so we should be getting time ticks here. And okay, there's my time ticks. And I am inside show green.
All right, it went from green to yellow, so that's good.
Now I should show yellow. Oops. Keyboard fail. Fat fingers. Okay, so now we should have some sort of verbose logging. Show green, yes. Show green, yes, yes. Show green. Show yellow, yes.
Show yellow.
Okay, we're right. We're good. We're happy.
So now we have to wait till it gets down to 15 before it to show red.
And there's somebody at home going, why don't you guys change your intervals to something less than that so we don't have to wait this time? And that's at least what's in my mind.
This long delay stuff makes for great television.
Yeah. Shop
so
Smart.
What are you doing today?
Shop S-Mart. What movie is that from, Bob?
I have no idea.
That is Ash from Army of Darkness when he comes out of Pit of Doom holding his boomstick and says, Shop Smart.
We missed red. Oh, it's not saying, it's still saying show yellow. So that's because we're using it's still less than or equal to that number.
Yes. Okay. And because what we have to do is we have to do a less than, equal to, or greater than. So you know what? Let's go back to what you had.
it's a double condition. That's the problem.
That's right. Shop Smart. Shop S-Mart. Clearly Kevin can't shop there.
Shop S-Mart.
So now you're going to have to look that up, Bob. And what you want to do is look for this is my boomstick scene. This is my boomstick. All right. You know what? I wish I had a chainsaw as a arm or a hand. There. I said it.
I don't know. It'd be awfully hard to code.
Yeah. We go through a lot of keyboards.
So what are you doing later today?
What am I doing later? I haven't even thought beyond this show. And yes, our
Hey, we
clock.
hit red.
But let's see if we hit green. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Green.
Yay.
All right. Let me turn off the logging here. You know what skill I want to learn that I just have completely just gone. Whenever something happens in JavaScript, I'm like, let me just go back to what I know, which is console.log. I want to use Chrome tools to debug and put breakpoints in, because you can put breakpoints in the code and stuff. And I want to get good at that.
Someday when I grow up, I'll know how to do that.
All right, so another thing we should do is come over here to the composite view, which is show jargon, folks. Show jargon. Let me refresh it over there. Let's make sure it works there. And then we should set it to probably the initial value, which was what, 90?
Yes. Okay. Only big time YouTubers say things like console.
Yes. I have no leather bound books and zero mahogany in this office.
Rich mahogany.
But one day. And if you subscribe, I can attain that dream. And if you don't subscribe, kittens will perish. Okay. How we doing here?
Yes. Every time you watch our show trailer and don't hit subscribe, a kitten dies.
One thing we should ask people is, because I always beat up Bob. I'm like, hey, we should do this. Hey, we should do this. Because he's the design guy. And I have the easy job of saying, ooh, wouldn't it be cool if we do this, and just totally poop on all of his stuff? So help me poop on Bob by giving him unwelcome and unsolicited feedback. Good, positive though. Positive vibes.
How we can make the show look slicker.
That's right. And Bob, should we preview here with the folks once this goes through good? Should we preview what we want to do here? Maybe we find some headlines here from the day.
Yeah. Actually, I've been watching some of them down at the bottom.
Give me one. What do you got?
Oh boy. Recode.net, even with an energy surplus, Canada is unable to meet electricity demand.
You remind me of the sloth from zoology, or not zoology? What's the Zootopia? Oh my god, I said zoology. Gosh, I'm an idiot. You seen Zootopia?
It's meet the electricity of Bitcoin miners. So what we've talked about this already is that like the so much electric demand for Bitcoin.
What is the Apple HomePod? Is that a new thing?
I think that is their digital assistant.
I promise, folks, we will finish up here fairly soon. That's right.
It's really expensive.
You know what? Whenever I see an Apple ad, or it says ad in the Google results, and it's like Apple, I make sure I click it to make them pay. You'll pay out. I'm getting some of my money back. Well, it doesn't go back to me, but I'm making you pay. You know what? That's probably not going to work, because I'm going to have to pay more for my next Apple product. I'm not going to do that. Stop doing that. All right. Don't click on ads, except if it's on our channel. Thanks. Bye. Okay. So.
Wow. South Korea intelligence creates task force to oversee local cryptocurrency exchanges.
All right, Bob, when this counts down to 0, we're going to go. We're going to freestyle this topic here. And we're going to see if 90 seconds was good or too much, too little, and it probably depends on the topic. But we need to, folks at home, we're trying to do headlines, but be restricted by the clock on the corner there. And yeah, we're going to see how. So Monday we're going to do this for reals. Today is just practice. And Bob, you're going to get the first word. I'm vamping.
Oh, yeah. Great. All right. So we're talking about the Apple HomePod here. The HomePod is Apple's answer to the home digital assistant market. Of course, it's got exquisite Apple hardware, and apparently the speaker is amazing. It works with Siri, just like all the other Apple products. So they're looking to, I think, go head-to-head with. Am I supposed to take the whole minute and 30?
I can jump in rudely and say, oh, Look what Apple's trying to do. Yeah. So, and then the other thing I'm trying to do here is just make sure it survives the screen transition. The clock doesn't reset, and I think we're good so far.
Oh, nice. Very good test. No, this is basically Apple going at Sonos and Amazon and Google all at the same time. So it's a high-end speaker. It's got Siri integration. It works with the Apple HomeKit, but I do think it works with some of the other digital home automation products as well. So, in true Apple form, I think that thing is like, I don't want to misprice it, but I think it's north of $300.
Wow. All right, Bob, we got 20 seconds here. So let me jump in edgewise here. Actually, the thing to note here is the website. Man, it's got like the scrolling amazingness, 3D rotation effect here. Pretty cool. Okay, we're out of time on that particular topic. Next topic is our live stream plugins here. All right, so now we're all right, cool. So, Bob, I'm going to take these changes here and just want to kind of close the loop here. So here's all the things that we changed in our live session here. I'm using Git extensions for those who aren't aware what cool magic I'm using. What I need to do is I need to stage said thing. And usually before I stage anything, I make sure that I've either got it commented out or even better, a removed console log in all my JavaScript. It kind of depends on the language. I stage it. Fix. What is this called? Clock. Or what do we call this plugin? On the clock.
I think we called it on the clock, yeah.
Make it awesome. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and push that to the repo. And I do so not with these arrows. A lot of people use these arrows, but not me, because I really, really, really stress you should know some Git command lines. So I'm going to do a git push origin master. And as long
Plus
as
the console makes you look really cool.
Yes, hacker. It makes me look like a hacker. Okay, and while we're here, Bob, why don't we fix up the
README?
The README. Thank you. I could not think of it. It doesn't use any of those things, and so a lot of times what I'll do is I'll actually live edit READMEs on GitHub, and this will create a commit. So if I try to push again right away something from my machine, it'll reject my commit until I pull this change back down. So
right, because you're not in sync.
A simple count down plugin that resets and will go infinite. How do you spell infinitely? Okay, well, we're going with that unless you want to tell me something else, and you probably can't see it because it's not as large. So that will go infinitely, starts at 90 seconds.
Right, and you can say that all this is configurable by editing the JavaScript too.
Yes, turns yellow at what, 45 seconds?
I think it's at 45 right now. And then red at 15.
15 seconds. I'm going to have to do a awesome animated GIF of this later. Bob, is it GIF or GIF? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Nope.
I say...
Nope, I don't want to know, because we're just going to argue about it. I don't want to know. And then
I say graphic.
What's that?
I say graphic.
Okay. You know what I can also... So the clock is running there, but what I can do with OBS is actually take it away, which is awesome. So now this view becomes just a regular view. Okay, configurable... by updating.
So do you think that we would offer OBS consulting as a thing? Like, you think if a YouTuber, a young enterprising YouTuber reached out to us and said, hey, would you guys help just from a production standpoint, talk us through how we could use OBS? Do you think we'd be down for that?
I think we'd be down for that, but I also think, I might just tell them, I don't know, spend a weekend with it. And then, hey, we've got some cool plugins, like this date and this weather, which I think is cool because I don't have to touch, right? Because it just knows that today's January 27, 2018. Here's the weather. We don't have to load that in the show. Your crypto thing, Bob made the crypto popper thing down at the bottom. I did the headline at the bottom. Bob also did, so I did the date, Bob did the weather. Bob did all the cool ones, just so we're clear.
I can't find the right pointing.
The crypto Bob did. I did the headlines, and that's pulling from RSS feeds from like a few different providers.
Honestly, though, that's probably the most helpful one to other broadcasters.
Yes, keep it simple, right? Stupid.
Well, but everybody's got a focus of their show, and they can pull in headlines from third-party resources that complement the focus of their show. So I think that one's the most practical.
Yes. Speaking of practical, we've almost been online for an hour. Holy crap. So, Bob,
Dude,
do you have any...
We're giving Nick Nyman a run for his money.
Yes, and...
We're going against him. He's live right now, too, so that's probably why we're not getting as many viewers as we'd hoped.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's not worried about us. Okay, Bob, I'm going to give you the final word before we close the show.
I can't think of a better way to spend a Saturday morning. This has been awesome. I learned a lot and actually got a little bit of a boost knowing that we both had to struggle through this together. So
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. You got the final word, but you didn't give me the final words.
Are we ready?
We're ready.
Bring the lightning.